Kia and welcome to Monday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz, and today we lead with news the world is working out how to live with a capricious America. First though, the week ahead will feature Wednesday afternoon's OCR review from the RBNZ, preceded Tuesday by the RBA's cash rate review. The Aussies are expected to cut their rate by 25 basis points to 3.6%, but the RBNZ is expected to hold at 3.25%. We'll be covering both outcomes and the implications of both reviews. Both Malaysia and South Korea will also be reviewing their official rates. The Malaysians will likely leave their rate unchanged at 3%, and the South Koreans are expected to cut theirs by 25 basis points to 2.25%. In the US, apparently negotiating trade deals is complicated. Who knew? So Trump is dispensing with all that and just sending letters unilaterally. His claim of 90 deals in 90 days is too hard for him. He might have got one over the line with Vietnam. He claims that, but the Vietnamese haven't confirmed. He sort of got the UK one before the 90-day clock started, and the China one, he claims, leaves the US in a worse position. His Treasury Secretary, however, is promising a few more over the next few days and weeks. And we should probably note that the integrity of official US data from the Census Bureau, the Bureau of Labour Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis, all now under Trump control in the Lutnick Commerce Department, is getting increasingly questioned. Sharp budget cutbacks are resulting in fewer actual surveys, more estimates by officials. Even Fed boss Powell expressed concern over the issue in questioning at the recent congressional testimony. The data reporters are moving to a make Trump look good approach. Suspicion is rising because there are now widespread indications tariff price increases are being pushed through, but the BLS data isn't reflecting that. In China, we'll get CPI and PPI updates for June later this week. It would be supremely ironic if users came to view Chinese economic data as more trustworthy than American. It no longer seems far-fetched. Across the Pacific in Japan, household spending jumped 4.7% in May from a year ago, reversing a 0.1% fall in April, and far exceeding the expected 1.2% rise. It was their fastest growth since August 2022. And that August 2022 growth was only good because it was off a very weak pandemic-affected base a year earlier. Singaporean retail sales rose by 1.4% in May from a year ago, accelerating from a down-revised 0.2% rise in April. This was their third straight month of growth and the fastest annual increase since January. But to be fair, most of the increase was driven by car sales, a very expensive and exclusive corner of their retail sector. Next, halfway around the world, EU producer prices eased again in May, so that it is only 0.4% higher than year-ago levels, less than in the euro area. The past 3 months have delivered producer prices lower than in each of the prior months. And German factory orders dropped by 1.4% in May from April, and that was weaker than expected, but the April gain was revised higher. The May weakness, however, came after some very large-scale computer, electronic and optical orders in April. From a year ago, these factory orders were up 5.3%. And we should probably note that EU house prices are rising, up 5.7% from a year ago, led by 10% plus gains in Portugal, Bulgaria, Croatia, Slovakia, Hungary and Spain. In Australia, household spending rose in May and by more than expected, with a good recovery from a weak month in April. The spending was up 4.2% in May from a year ago. It was their best gain in 7 months. And the Food and Agricultural Organisation Food Price Index was little changed in June from May, holding its gains from a year ago. Within that, both meat and dairy prices rose. And the US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.33% and unchanged from Saturday. And the price of gold will start today at $3,336 an ounce, also unchanged from Saturday. And American oil prices are unchanged at just under $66.50 a barrel, while the international Brent price is also little changed, just under $68.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now just on 60.6 US cents, unchanged from Saturday. For the week, it's up 20 basis points though. Against the Aussie, we're up 10 basis points at 92.5 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're up 10 basis points at 51.5 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just under 68 and up 10 basis points from Saturday and unchanged for the week. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $108,921 and up 1% from Saturday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been low, at just on plus or minus 0.5%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.